in that he would do something like this,
That's
pick up
where
a kid and utilize him.
Yeah, you're feeling me now. He got 11 points last week, 4 targets, 36 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
I can just see them building on that. That Belichick just doesn't fuck around and just put him in for the hell of it to make the guy feel good, you know. He's
right, this isn't about making friends. And I do think that Malcolm Mitchell is a little dinged up still, too, so there's a pretty good opportunity for Floyd to see some time.
Yeah, I think so. So then, you know, again, now back to our tight end. That takes me to Kelsey because I went high dollar at that. And then in a situation that I like.
I think I missed your third wide receiver.
Well, we went Doug Baldwin, Tyreek Hill, and Michael Floyd.
Baldwin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Baldwin, like I said, I didn't want to spend any time on the way that they're utilizing him. I just like it.
Yeah, and that game, the Seattle-Atlanta game, has all the trappings of an absolute boat race. You would think that's going to be 34-31 kind of ball game. There should be a lot of points.
Yeah, I think so. You know, Seattle's got a good defense, but Atlanta's
I don't think they do. I really don't think they do. I think that team's given up a lot of points, and I think Atlanta is so explosive that any receivers from Seattle, I think are a nice option. They're going to play from behind, and they're going to probably be chasing at some point.
Yeah, I agree. I said good, not great. But yeah, no, I agree. I think, like I said, I just want to point this out, and we'll cover it in other lineups. But I definitely think that you're going to see a great career game out of Julio Jones too. You know, he went off the last time they played, so I'm not afraid of.
He went off the last time until Dick Sherman hooked his arm at the end of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And tackled him to the ground. Yeah.
When he's healthy again, they utilize him, I know, because I lost our league because he wasn't playing. He's not on any injury report, etc. So, but again, we didn't have money in this one. And I really, obviously, playoff football is always, most oftentimes, run through the running backs. And the matchups.
Yeah, they're like ball control.
Yeah, you at least got to run some lineups with Le'Veon Bell. You have to, and because of that, that's made us 4. Kicker's pretty simple. Chris Boswell, and then I might, because I'll have a couple $100 left. And maybe do a Mason Crosby just to cover my ass. But other than that, I can't do anything because my defense was easy. The Patriots. You think you're going to get?
Yeah, you like them beating up on old Brockstar?
Yeah, exactly. Brockstar had his game, and it's going to be back down to earth. So
he had his day against the El Foldo Raiders, that's for sure.
Yeah, with this lineup, we have $200 left over. So that makes it pretty simple for me with that. What about you? What do you think about it?
I like it. I don't disagree with much. Like I said, I really interjected with the LeGarrette Blount. I think is a good play, but I like the idea of stuffing in one of the cheaper guys because I do feel like you have to have a lineup at some point. Well, first of all, I'll back up. I won't play this at all. I'm going to play one lineup on this schedule, but I feel like you're throwing money off the bridge when you're playing these. Now, you can definitely hit them, and there's some good opportunity in these contests, but mathematically, if you're trying to get one, you got to play the opportunity, and the opportunity is the smaller games, which is the Saturday only and the Sunday only.
If you notice this lineup that we just went over, when you look at it, it's a solid lineup, but when you get to Michael Floyd, you're like, no, that's no way, take him out. And that's what we want because if
it is, it's the wild card.
If we get, let's say we get 20 points from Smith, then Le'Veon Bell and Thomas Rawls both go off, which is highly probable. Doug Baldwin has one of his Doug Baldwin games, or even close, 1 touchdown and 100 yards. That now gets me 20 points. We're now riding high because chances are Doug Baldwin's points could compete with whatever other wide receiver. I think the wide receivers will have great games, but I don't necessarily know if I expect 35 points from Antonio Brown or Jones. Do you? I could see.
You wouldn't think so against the Kansas City defense with Antonio Brown, Julio Jones. That guy can put up points against anybody, and I believe that.
I believe that, but I think Baldwin could compete, meaning be in the same 10 points away. That
oh, sure. Yeah, no, you can have a monster game. Like I said, if they're playing from behind, if that game is a boat race, Doug Baldwin's ace. He is 1A. That's a box office opportunity for him and Russell Wilson to start connecting. So, yeah, there's no doubt that it could be. As a gambling man by nature, when you look at the odds, you look at what it is to play. I wouldn't play a 4-game game when I can play a 2-game. The 2 games.
I'm with you, but I'm just trying to stress the reason why we went with the Michael Floyd is because that's going to be the another pivot at that position. I'd like to say too that possibly you would want to go with would be the Chris Hogan as well.
I saw that. You got a lot on your plate with all those lineups. Let's slide forward to Saturday only and throw one together here because I definitely want to do a Saturday only and a Sunday only lineup. I've got a couple Saturday only lineups ready to go, and let me throw one of these back at you here. I just actually have to open that up. But I like
this is an easy one to be honest.
It is. It is. I'm just trying to get this lineup opened up here.
Yeah, I thought actually you're right on this. I will get you on this one. You're correct. You are correct. I wonder how close I'm going to see.
What I started off with is I really went Atlanta heavy on this one. Atlanta, Seattle heavy, just in the indication that this game could potentially really blow up and be a 35-31, 39-35 kind of ball game, and just that boat race where they go back and forth and exchange blows. I think that Seattle defense is not what anybody thinks it is. They traveled to Tampa, and they struggled with the Tampa offense that wasn't very good. Now, granted, they gave up 14 points, a lot of which on a turnover. Doesn't say much against Tampa, but the Seattle team, depending on who shows up, Atlanta, that offense has been gangbusters all year long. So, and I'll be quick about this. I went Matt Ryan, Devonta Freeman, and LeGarrette Blount in the backfield. I threw the gamble card out with Paul Richardson at 4,700, Julio Jones at 8,300, Doug Baldwin at 7,900, Martellus Bennett at 5,900, and then Hauschka and the Patriots defense to round it out.
Listen to my lineup, dude.
How close is it?
Matt Ryan, Thomas Rawls, LeGarrette Blount, Julio Jones, Doug Baldwin, Michael Floyd, Martellus Bennett,
Yeah,
and New England Patriots.
So, yeah, and that's a great one, too. So we just swap Blount and Rawls and Richardson and Floyd, and there it is.
Well, who are your running backs? Blount and who?
And Freeman.
Okay, yeah. So we did Rawls. And Freeman. Yeah.
And I'm like I said, I'm just not afraid to start anybody in the Atlanta offense. I think that you need to justify a lineup with the Taylor Gabriel mixed in there too. They're going to give Julio Jones all kinds of attention, and Taylor Gabriel could potentially blow you up.
Well, and how about Sanu as well? This is one of those games where they pull that shit out, and he again, if you want to win real money, because granted, if you start all the stars and you put the lineup in, you put the perfect guy in with all the names you want, and they all hit, you and 500 of your friends are going to win, and you're going to break down whatever thousands of dollars. And granted, last week in one of these, it was still, I think, $19,000 or $9,000 everyone was winning. So that's still a shit ton of money.
Not too shabby.
So but you want to win the top two, you want to be that guy, this is when you pull out the Sanu card. So again, and they're just obviously they're only separated by
$100.
The
Sanu card.
Yeah.
Good Sanu is Gary Sanu.
Hell yes. Great Space Coaster, man.
That's right. Off we go on the Great Space Coaster.
Hell yeah. No Gnews.
No Gnews is Gary Gnews, right?
Wow.
Yeah. And for anybody born after 1989, sorry.
Oh, was that even? Yeah, that was even earlier than that because I was in.
Oh hell yeah! No, you're right. That was anybody born after 83, 84.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably, no.
Millennials are like, what the fuck is Great Space Coaster?
iPhone? Is it an app?
But yeah, hey, I really like you said, this is great because you can pretty much, no disrespect to DeAndre Hopkins, but you can
or millennials
abandon the Houston wide receivers, and for that matter, you could probably get away with staying away from New England's as a whole. Not that Edelman can't have a great game, but like you said,
you're going to get something more from everywhere else.
Yeah, and you're pretty poor at this point. That's the reason why I went with Michael Floyd when I got to my position there, and Paul Richardson would be my next choice because I got money left over, so that would be where I would pivot. I don't think I'd go anywhere else. Yeah, I think that would be it. I would just probably go with those two guys in my slot and keep it at that. I can't really make any other changes. Maybe kicker, but...
Okay. Yeah, I mean, with the kicker, you're really juggling. I liked Hauschka in this play because he's just probably going to have a lot of opportunities and extra points. I wasn't really relying on a lot of field goals. I think both these teams are going to be able to score. Atlanta's defense has been marginal at best all year long. So, do we have any other combinations you want to throw to Saturday only? Where do you fit Tom Brady? Where do you fit Tom Brady into a lineup? No, you got to do one. You got to do one. If they're a 16-point favorite, and there's the opportunity that Brady went and the Patriots beat them 45-10, you have to have Brady in the lineup.
Okay, and you know what? I wouldn't have a problem doing that either because I got $300 left in this lineup, and Brady's.
Yep. You can make room.
So yeah, I'll use him as my pivot guy there as well.
I think you have to. You don't have to use his wide receivers, but you definitely have to get Brady in there at some point.
Yeah, and that's a good note to where this is one of those unique situations where Brady could be the top quarterback and none of his wide receivers could be the top wide receiver.
You start looking around at the quarterbacks that are left right now, and you rank them in order. Brady, Rodgers are 1 and 2. You got to have them both in the lineup. You got to fit Roethlisberger in somewhere you'd think, but he's got a tougher challenge. So yeah, I definitely think you've got to just make room for Brady, Rodgers, Ryan. Maybe do you fit Russell Wilson in there? I think you might want to at one point or another, just because he's probably going to play from behind at some point.
Yeah, but I think a couple of his touchdowns are going to be stolen by the running game.
Could very well be.
And he seems to be, although he had a good game against Arizona.
Yeah, he did.
He
can be bad sometimes, but boy, he can be really good sometimes too.
Yeah, he can. He's kind of regressed this year. So yeah, maybe, like I said, if you got plenty of money, do it. But like you said, if we're breaking down Brady and Ryan in the Saturday-only matchups for sure, and everybody else is if you just want to get creative with money, yeah, sure, go ahead and start Brock Osweiler and, see what you can do. But it's not working.
That's right. Well, let me ask you this, man. Did you see that in Atlanta for the Seahawks game, they are inviting Future?
Are you kidding me?
No, that's what I heard. And I'm not too hip on modern pop culture. I don't really know what's going on. But apparently for those out there like me who are blockheads and got their heads stuck up with football, Sierra, I don't know who she is, but she's apparently married to Russell Wilson, was once at one point with Future. And I don't know if Future's from Atlanta. That would make sense if he is. But, boy, that's just dirty. So apparently what I also read is that if he does not play there, which I don't know if he will or not, they were going to pipe in his music in between plays and during commercial breaks.
That would just piss somebody off. Yeah, I mean, that's
nothing is sacred anymore, man. Nothing.
No, it really isn't.
No, it's fine. It's comical, but it's just downright rude, if you ask me. So let's jump ahead, man. Let's go ahead and wrap this bad boy up with a little Sunday-only action, because I think this is a really good opportunity to line up right here, too. You've got 4 quarterbacks to choose from. 3 of them are middle of the road, and one of those 3 has not the best matchup. You've got to start an Aaron Rodgers Sunday-only lineup.
Yes, I believe so. Again, let me just spit out one lineup really quickly, and then we'll break down the Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, we got time. Go ahead.
I have a lineup, again, where I went Alex Smith, Le'Veon Bell, Spencer Ware, because we're getting thin at the running back here and cost and whatnot. Spencer Ware, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Randall Cobb, Travis Kelce, Chris Boswell, and Green Bay, because I was dirt poor. I have no money left.